So, after getting myself a PlayStation VR and as a Star Wars fan, I began to really think about the idea of what can you do with Star Wars and VR? Well, my first thought, of course, went to lightsaber battles, and yeah, and there we don't have anything of that really in or not in the Star Wars universe, not on the PlayStation VR. Although, as I was thinking of this video, some big news popped up. And yeah, Vader Immortal for PSVR. I was super happy. I had watched some gameplay a year ago or something like that, and seen the gameplay, but that was of course PC. But I only watched the first episode, so I didn't really know what the game was except for some lightsaber battle. So I was wondering what more is there, and I got to watch some more, and I discovered the dojo. My first thought about PlayStation VR and lightsaber battles, I kind of leaned this way. And yeah, I like Star Wars Jedi Challenges. I have that for my phone, and it's great. But it doesn't track that great all the time, although it works. And actually, I like the Stormtrooper battles when you deflect the bolts towards the Stormtroopers and or whatever enemies you have there. Those, I feel those are better actually than the duels, because the duels are like this.
Feel my fury.
And for a mobile game, and with the tracking technology in that, it's fine. It's kind of hard, at least when you get to a certain point. And it's fine, as I said, but it's not something that I would want in VR. And as I discovered the dojo in Vader Immortal, I discovered that you have lightsaber throwing, force lightning, force grip, push, whatever, or choking, and other things, and deflecting blasters and grabbing blasters and shooting. And I was like, wow, this game is a lot bigger than I thought, and I like that. Another thing I was thinking, of course, for VR was FPS, first person shooter. And my first thought after that was actually Republic Commando.
Create, secure the area in front of the crash gunship.
Mostly because it's a first-person campaign, campaign-focused game. But of course, the original Battlefront 2 also had campaign, which was very rich and well done. So something in that regard, preferably with the aim controller, that would be awesome. I can just imagine it going around with the aim controller, stabbing maybe, I don't know. Anyway, or even the move controls would be great. I mean, holding the rifle like that and then pulling out the magazine, popping it back in, and then just firing again. And when you wanna change to sniper, I don't know, you pull something from your left shoulder, stick it on there. When you don't want to more, hold down a button and pull it off and put it back on your back or something. And when you want to stab, you hold down a button, you do that, and my god, that would feel great. Yeah, stabbing a droid. Yeah. Anyway.
Your actions.
There is no panic.
Grenade out! You haven't exactly impressed me today. You don't mean me any harm. Don't mind me. Our forces are taking command post Crash.
As I was thinking of Star Wars in VR, I also thought of Star Wars The Force Unleashed. Because I mean, this is VR. You will wanna do this. And also kind of Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, pulling a stormtrooper to you, stabbing. I mean, maybe we can do that in Vader Immortal. Maybe I can pick them up, throw them towards me, and then... Interesting. I gotta experiment with that when that game comes out. Exciting times ahead. But Star Wars The Force Unleashed, VR, back to topic. I mean, picking big things up with the Force in VR and just throwing them. And I would prefer to have full locomotion so I can freely move around, either with point turning or head turning, you know, or even this shit. That kind of movement, you know. I wonder how someone looks when they move like that. Jesus Christ, it must look ridiculous. Either way, I want full range of motion that can move around on a level freely and like do the force power things, push, throw. I wonder if PlayStation VR would be, or maybe this would probably come out on PlayStation VR 2. So if the controls are definitive enough, you should possibly maybe be only need to do this like quick, and you would push someone like in Nintendo Wii in The Force Unleashed. And of course, you would do this fight and block. I mean, that's kind of like Vader Immortal. It's exactly like Vader Immortal. But as for force powers, I mean, if you could turn your hand and the controller would know that, and then you could do this, that would maybe pick someone or something up, and then you could... But I think it would be preferable to have a button to hold down, so you could do this and then pick them up and then just do this, release the button, and throw them away. And I would also like force lightning to be like in the Lego games. If you have played the Star Wars Lego, I think it's in. I wonder if it's only in the Complete Saga or not. Yeah, the Complete Saga. And possibly Force Awakens. There you can have Palpatine Force lightning someone, and Count Dooku, I believe, and they like pick them up, and then you can like turn around with them and move them in the air. I would love that in VR, like Force lightning a trooper and then throwing him into someone else with that Force lightning. I mean, not because it's practical, just because they can and it looks cool, you know? I mean, you don't play Star Wars The Force Unleashed and throw people around and stabbing them with lightsabers while they're hanging in air because it's practical. I mean, you're throwing a weapon inside them and then you stand there completely defenseless for a time. I mean, you do that because you can and because you want to. So why not Force lightning and throw in someone? Or maybe you can Force lightning and then pick them up with the other hand, but that's not the same. I mean, you want to Force lightning someone and then at the same time block a couple of shots from there, or a lightsaber attack or anything like that. Yeah, that would be awesome. I don't see why not, right?
You die.
Back here.
And another thing that popped into my mind was Empire at War. For those who doesn't know what Empire at War is, I'm sure most of you do, but it's a old strategy game with Star Wars theme. I can't remember when it was released. I haven't actually played them myself, but I've heard good things. Strategy games aren't really my thing. I'm not very good at them. I have been thinking of getting the games, but not yet. Either way, there is a lot of things you can do in VR. For example, just recently, what's the game? Final Assault, I think it is. Yeah, Final Assault. It's a strategy game made in VR for the PlayStation VR, and I also think it's for PC. And that game looks great. It doesn't look like, Jedi Challenges version. But it's safe to say I do enjoy the Jedi Challenges version. I think it's great, actually. It controls very well. It's easy to learn. Hard to master? I don't know. I mean, I can complete them, so they're not that difficult. But they're fun. They're really fun. And you can use different heroes. The only downside is that there is no dark side or light side choice. You can only be on the good side. And I would have loved to use Vader in that game, but even though you can't really control them. I mean, it would be great to have a strategy game where you can place Vader and you can order him to either stand there or move to a certain location or use saber throw or force choke or block or anything like that. Same with Emperor Palpatine, Boba Fett, Luke, Han. I guess we can throw in Rey and the gang as well. But that would be great, to be able to control the characters individually and have them attack in VR. That would be awesome. And also have both ground battles and space battles, much like the Galactic Conquest game, or mode I should say, in the original Star Wars Battlefront 2. That was awesome. That was a awesome mode. I wasn't that great at it, but on normal and easy it was really fun for me. Yeah, something like that in VR, I think that would sell very well. And yeah, that's about the thoughts I have on Star Wars VR. Yeah. If does anyone have anything else to add, put it in the comments. I'll be happy to read them. That's it. Thank you for watching and see you later.